Welcome to our fifth and final dynasty. God, where is time going? Now, what we are going to be focusing on is the last two dynasty. Now, half of you guys already learned about that dynasty called the Yuan dynasty, also known as the Mongols. Now, the other half of you are going to learn about them tomorrow. Now, to keep the sequence correct, Sui, Tang, Song, Yuan, and now finally the Ming dynasty. Now, here is how the story goes. Now, if you have already learned about these guys yesterday, awesome, this is perfect. However, if you haven't learned about these guys yesterday, there was a dynasty called the Yuan dynasty. Now, what happens before the Ming rise to power is Kublai Khan, the leader of the Yuan dynasty, he dies. Then Mongol power in China declines. It starts trickling down. Now, what happens is a new military government called the Ming Dynasty take control. Now, the Ming Dynasty, the reason why they are so effective and powerful is that the Ming reintroduces the civil service exams. We'll talk about what those are in a second. Then they introduce this thing called a census. We'll talk about that in just a second. And they encourage farmers to begin growing cotton. Now, you guys know that farmers were growing a whole lot of rice. The Ming Dynasty transitions from rice into cotton. Now, let's talk at least a little bit about why those three things are so important. Now, number one, what are civil service exams? Now, we've talked about these before. The Tang leader known as Taizong was one of the first people to really implement these. These are those tests that you would have to take in order to become a government official. If you wanted to work for a government, you had to take this test. If you passed, congratulations, you are a government leader. These didn't really exist during the Yuan dynasty, but they were reintroduced during the Ming dynasty, therefore making China a whole lot stronger. Now, what's a census? You might actually know what this is because we're taking one in the United States this year. What the census is it is a record of all of the people that live in your country. That way, you know how many people live there, and most importantly, you know who you can tax. If you take a census, then you can tax all those people that live there. You become a more money, more powerful, more rich, all of the above. Now, why would cotton be so useful? We talked about rice a lot. Why would rice be so important? Because you feed your population. You actually have food for everybody in your country. But why would cotton be so useful? Hint, hint. It's because just about every one of you right now is wearing cotton on yourselves. Now, cotton is what clothes are made of. If you can make clothes, you send that to all of the world. Bada bing, bada boom. You make more money. Now think about this. Where is all your cotton stuff made? We looked at this the first day that we were talking about Asia. It's all made in China. They are still growing and cultivating cotton to send to the far corners of the universe. Now, in addition to all of these amazing things, the Ming Dynasty did one other thing that is very special. They created what is known as a fleet. Now, a fleet is a whole bunch of ships. Now, in the Ming fleet, there was hundreds and hundreds of ships. Why might the Ming Dynasty want a large fleet? I mean, there's a bunch of reasons. Maybe exploring. Maybe traveling the world. Maybe trading along the Silk Roads. Because remember, the Silk Roads, of course, yeah, they were overland, but they were also across the sea. Now, today, what you guys are going to do is you are going to look at this dude. His name is Zheng He. I know that looks like Zheng He. That is pronounced Zheng He, and he was the admiral of the Ming Dynasty fleet. Now, this dude traveled like crazy. Now, the question really is, okay, why does everybody in this room know about Christopher Columbus, but nobody in this room knows about Zheng He? Because, let's be real, Zheng He actually was way better explorer and traveler than Christopher Columbus was. But today, we're going to flip the script, and you're actually going to be learning about somebody so important in history that you've never heard before. Now, Zheng He's purpose was not exploration. He did not want to see everything on planet Earth. What he wanted to do is he was given the opportunity to travel the world and get tribute from all the people that the Ming Dynasty controlled. Now, what tribute is basically Zheng He was responsible for going around and collecting gifts from all of the people that the Ming Dynasty had control over. Now, he got some wild gifts. You're going to see some of those today. But kiddos, all y'all got to do is watch this little video, answer the questions that follow, and eventually what I want you guys to answer is, what caused the Ming Dynasty to eventually isolate themselves? Because They were traveling and traveling and traveling and traveling, and blink, all of a sudden they stopped. Now, a lot of historians believe that if they hadn't have stopped traveling the world during the Ming Dynasty, it would have probably been China that discovered the New World rather than Christopher Columbus that discovered the New World. Zheng He was traveling about 100 years before Christopher Columbus ever did. So, my friends, let's take a peek at China and the Ming Dynasty today. Good luck. The question should be pretty easy. I love y'all, and I will see you soon.